Hi guys, so I'm here again doing another Cricut tool item unboxing and review. It is of course their foil transfer system. They just released it recently. It was like, oh, they released it and they like announced it that day and it was ready to buy. So I'm gonna show you guys how that works, do an unboxing, show you everything you get in it, and I'm gonna do all that now. So keep watching. This is £39, it's your start set. In the live feed, Cricut actually said you'll never have to replace these tips, obviously unless you lose them, because they shouldn't go blunt. They shouldn't blunt. This is a pressure based foil system. Obviously there are a lot of foil systems out there, most of them use heat, which obviously it can be hit or miss. I feel with heat, because obviously like an iron, not everything, like if you've got a heat brush, you'll know not everything is the same temperature all the way across. But this is all pressure based. You don't need any you don't need any power or anything like that. You will get best results if you use Cricut foil, they said, because obviously it's pressure based and they've made this foil stuff specially. So let's have a look. So I've got it open and I've got, let's just get that out. So as you can see, the box is empty now. Put that to one side. I've got a let's get started leaflet. Again, Cricut haven't chucked loads of packaging on this. It's very simple. It's not a big deal at all. That they haven't. I love how streamlined their packaging is. I hate it when you get something and it comes in packaging that's like 4 times the size, like I've just previously said. I don't like that. But anyway, so let's have a look at the Let's Get Started pamphlet. So included, you get the housing, a fine tip blade, a medium tip and a bold. You get 12 4x6" foil sheets. Now you get 6 silver and 6 gold. I know that from the live feed. And then you get enough tape to go around all edges of every bit of foil you get. So this is special tape that Cricut have also formulated. So I'm going to get into that in a minute, but you know, you can use other tapes, but because it's pressure based, it's got to be really strong. So washi tape, masking tape might not work. The best like alternative that Cricut have mentioned is actually their heat resistant tape. So let's get into this. I just had one of the little tips move. So right. So I've got it open now. I don't really want to tilt this up too much because obviously, as you can see, you've got housing and then 3 tips. So this is very reminiscent of your fine tip or your your deep cut blade, or your bonded fabric. Difference being it is chunky. The whole thing is chunky and the end is much bigger. This works with the Explore machines and the Maker machines. It will not work with Cricut Joy. I don't know if they're going to work on an alternative, obviously, because it's nothing to do with me. But I mean, I hope for everyone who's got Cricut Joy they will. But I mean, I would love a Cricut Joy, but it's just not on the cards right now. So let's just put that down there. So you get 3 tips. Now, you may think, well, how will I know which one does which? Well, Cricut have made that easy. In true fashion, they have thought of everything. So this is your fine tip. It's got 1 silver line. See if that focuses. Is it going to focus? Right. So as you can see, it's got 1 line just there on the end, 1 line. I'll put a picture up as well just in case that didn't focus. Obviously when I'm covering my face I can't really see. So fine is 1 line. The other one's gone rolling off. Medium is 2 lines. Yeah, so medium is 2 lines. And then bold just slid its way under the laptop, so I'm just going to grab it. Sorry about the wobbling. So bold has 3 lines. Now, other than that, you wouldn't really be able to tell just by looking at it which one is which, because it's, well, I mean, you can, because if you look dead on the top, you can see. But I mean, if you just had the fine tip and you weren't looking at the ring, you wouldn't know that that was the fine tip because you'd have nothing to compare it to. So anyway, the way to install it in this is, let's just put these there. So I'm going to put the fine tip in first. So you press down the plunger and then just pop it in, and it's magnetic. So, I mean, this should fit in your tool system, so I'm just going to check that. Let me just tilt this down so you can see what's going on here. Well, you still see me, but so you can kind of see this at least. So, take the lid off. Yep, that fits in there too. So your foil thing will fit in here as well. Can't be fairer than that. I mean, I don't really know about, obviously you can put these in the magnetic strip that's in the machine, like where you put loose blades and stuff, I suppose. I mean, you could put them in the bottom, it's just there's no dedicated space for them. So I'm actually going to have a go with this and show you. So it says that you actually need to use it with a wired connection, because like the knife blade, it needs that stability. So, oh, actually I haven't gone through this yet, have I? Jumping ahead of myself, getting excited because I want to play with it. So this is the little packet, and it comes with the foil and the tape, like I said. So it's not like you don't get like a roll of tape, you get like pre-cut sheets. Be careful when you're taking it out of the packet, because this sticky strip is just stuck to this sheet of my silver, and I think it's lifted some of the silver off. Nothing major, just like in the corner and that, but just be careful, because I'd hate for it to do more damage to yours. Yeah, it's definitely lifted some silver off, but it's fine. It's not in like any major areas. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, let me count that again. 1, 2, 3. Right, now this stuff is really thin, so you need to double check that you're only picking up 1 sheet. So I've got 6 sheets of silver, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets of gold. As I know, I just wanted to double check that they weren't like stuck together. So as you can see, really super shiny silver and gold. For the purposes of this, I think I'm going to use silver for this. Don't drop them like I did, because they are like liquid. You will not be able to grab them. Obviously falling on the floor is not going to damage them, it's just they are very fluid. So let's put that there. So these are the sheets of tape, so you get enough here. They're pre-cut strips, so like they're pre-cut strips, and there's enough to go around all sides of every sheet of foil you get. Like I said, they said in the live stream that the closest tape that they've got is the heat resistant tape that they say to use for infusible ink. So I mean, every time you buy packs of refills of this, so the foil comes in, I think you can get more 4x6 sheets in the gold and silver. I'm going to put it in a box below if you can. I know you can get 4x6 sheets in jewel colours, which are as in jewel, as in a gem, as in a diamond kind of thing. So you get red, not red, you get blue, maybe it's just wishful thinking, I'd quite like some shiny red, but you get blue, green and purple, I believe. I'm going to put in the box below if you get other colours. And you can buy bigger 12 by 12 sheets in the... That was weird. You can buy bigger 12 by 12 sheets in silver and gold as well. So I'm going to pause this while I set up, while I, get everything set up and ready. And then I'm actually going to show you it at work. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so what I decided to do was, as a test piece, to just do like a little gift tag, because I'm sending some things to some friends of mine. So the cool thing about this is that Design Space is completely optimized for it, so you can actually foil and cut an object. So I'm cutting the label shape and I'm doing foil, and the other cool thing is that you can actually pick different colors of foil, because each element you get, as you would with pens, vinyl, colours, all sorts, you can set what colour you want the foil to be in certain areas, and you can select if you want fine, medium, bold foil, so you can actually chop and change what line type you want, colour and everything. So I thought, well, let's go with two different types of foil lines. So I'm doing some fine tip foiling and some medium tip, and I'm doing some cutting. So I'm just going to show you quickly what my project is. It's going to be some labels for my friends. I've basically done these, I'm doing these like knitted Harry Potter related trades with some friends of mine. But anyway, so I wanted it to look magical, like something that came out of Diagon Alley. So I thought if I got some black card and then foiled a message onto it and attached it to the parcel, it would look quite magical. So what I did to get this shape was I clicked on images, typed in label, scrolled down, and it was this one here. I deleted the turquoise layer and just used the purple. So you just click on it and say insert. So let's go back to the canvas, and then what I did to get the circle was I just clicked on shapes, went on circle, typed up in the width thing 0.2 of an inch, and then I just kind of eyeballed it and then went on like a line and then centered it vertically and then sliced it. So for the font, what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to duplicate this just to save time rather than having to type it all out. So the font I've used is Cricut Alphabet. Send to the front. Right, so what I've used is Cricut Alphabet, and that's moved wrong, that one. Let's put that back where it was. So I used Cricut Alphabet, and then what I did was I scrolled, so I click on the text layer here. Let's go with this one. So you click on the text layer and you come up here to line type. I also changed it to style is writing as well. So you come up here to the line type, and then where you've got cut, draw, score, engrave, deboss, wave, perf, at the bottom you've now got foil, and it also says fine, medium or bold. So for the actual writing I chose fine, and then you've got this little box here which is usually where you pick the colour of your like cut or whatever you're doing. So it brings up gold, silver, rose gold, red, purple, aqua, grass, and fuchsia. So I'm going to go with silver because obviously I'm using silver. Now I wanted to put a little lightning bolt in between the message and my name. So I literally just again gone to images and then just typed in lightning. And then this one here appeared. Now for this, you just click on it and go on insert image. Now for this, I've actually kept both lines. So let me see how big this one is, and then I'll be able to scale this one correctly. It's just a bit laggy because it's such a big file. Like 0.402 of an inch. So click on the big one and I put 0.402 and it will make it the same size-ish, hopefully. So then I've gone on, let's zoom in so we can see this. So I thought, well, too far over. So I thought for this one, let's go with foil again, but this time let's go with the medium. And again, let's make it silver. Now, if we zoom in a little bit more, you can now see that we've got two different line types. Now, if I click on the text again, and this time change it to bold, look at that. So it's clear that bold is not the way forward with this particular project. So if we go on medium, even that's nice, but even it changes the font. I prefer fine for this particular font and everything. So fine for the font, medium for the lightning bolt. So all you do is, once you've got everything ready, what I did is selected the whole ticket thing, and I actually just, hang on, so what I'm going to do is click on the lightning bolt here, hold shift and then click on the font as well, so it like gets it on. I'm going to center it horizontally because I want it to be perfect. So then I'm going to highlight everything including the tag, and I'm going to just put attach so it all stays together. Attaches down here, and then now it's all one thing. So if you look over here, you've got your attach. It tells you that your font is, your text is going to be in fine, your lightning bolt is going to be in medium. So now what you do is you just click make it and then follow the instructions on screen. So I'm just going to use this piece of black card with the silver foil. So it's quite, the card, sorry about that, I was just peeling the sheet off of the mat. So it's telling me on the screen that no tool is required in clamp A. This goes in your B, like where your tools go. So it's telling me to load foil transfer tool, fine tip one line in clamp B. So that's going to be, I'm just putting my material on the mat. So I'm going to put this in clamp B. I can tell it's the one, I can tell it's the fine because it's got one line. So I'm just going to make sure that it's sat properly in the machine, clamped shut. And then it says tape silver foil material on the mat, basically. So tape it onto the thing. So you obviously want to keep this nice and tight onto your mat. You don't want obviously any ridges or wrinkles or it's not going to work. So I'm just going to bring this, so I've set up my mat and now I'm taping my foil down, obviously over where my thing will be. You don't want to obviously have any wrinkles. This is the tape that obviously Cricut include. You just literally pull the strips off like so, and they come off quite easily. And like I said, you could potentially reuse these depending on what you've stuck them on and all that. So you want to make sure that it's nice and tight. The way I'm going to do this is stick the top down, pull the foil taut, and then tape the bottom. Obviously I'm going to try and show you what I mean. So I've taped the top part down, and then I'm going to pull the foil as tight as I can before I tape the bottom down, and then I'll tape the sides. Again, like I said, there is more than enough tape to do that. You could, don't get me wrong, you could, if you wanted to save the tape or use less, you don't have to use a full sheet. So I'm actually cutting two tags here for two different people. well, hopefully, cutting and foiling. And so I'm trying to use as much of this space as I possibly can, because obviously you can't use foil that you've used, but you might actually be able to salvage bits, obviously, if you don't use it all and there's a bit at the bottom which has been untouched, or the top or the side or whatever, you might be able to salvage it. Like, don't take my word on that, because obviously this is my first time giving this a go. I've got no idea how well this is gonna work, but like I said, we shall find out. So yeah, just make sure it's nice and the foil is nice and flat and taut, and that there's no wrinkles in it, because that would be disastrous. And obviously you don't want to put tape where your design's going to go, because that will not be nice either. So this is what I've got. As you can see, it is super reflective. Look, you can actually see me. But yes, this is what I've got. So I'm going to follow the rest of the instructions on screen. So it just says load mat and press the load unload button. So obviously this is going to tell me when I have to change the blade and everything. So let's just see what happens. So now the mat has unloaded as far as it can go. So I'm just going to take a picture now to show you the writing, just in case you can't see it from that point. So you can definitely see where it's gone. So it says on the screen, remove used silver foil, load foil transfer tool, medium tip, 2 lines in clamp B, tape silver foil base. Now, I would usually follow this to the letter, but I know where the, I mean, this, I might be doing completely the wrong thing here, but literally, because I'm basically between my message and my name, I've just put a little lightning bolt. I don't feel like I need to take the tape, take the foil off, add new foil, because it's not in an area, it's in an area where there's fresh foil. So I'm not going to remove my foil, purely because it is the same colour and it isn't a used part of it. But anyway, I am going to load the 2 line medium tip into clamp B, obviously. And then it says press the go button to resume. So here's hoping I haven't completely messed this up by ignoring the tape new silver foil on. I just feel like it's a waste when it's literally to do a lightning bolt. So let's go. I mean, if it turns out looking really rough, I know for the future to just do what the screen tells me to do. But I feel like it's just not necessary, because obviously it is the same colour, it is fresh foil. So now it's telling me to remove the foil, load the fine point blade, and then press go. So I'm going to remove this tip, because obviously I need my fine point tip, which now I'm taking out of my fancy case. So yep, got that one. It's the right one. Make sure it's right down. Now this is the big unveiling. So obviously it's pushed it out as far as it can go without like taking it out completely. What might be handy here is some Cricut tweezers, just so that you're not in there with your hands trying to get at the machine. Just for this top strip of tape, I mean, obviously, because it's like right near the actual like loading bar and the star wheels. So there you go, that's that. Now let's have a look see. I'm sorry if I'm in the way, but kind of got to be for this. So I'm just gently pulling the tape away. Nothing, no like sudden movements or anything. Okay, I didn't do the wrong thing by ignoring the screen. It seems to have done the lightning bolts perfectly, which you guys will see in a short second. Just trying to be careful because I don't want to accidentally rip any of the material with any of the cardboard. Sorry, my hand's in the way. I'm sorry. Just ever so. I'm trying not to ruin what's left good of the foil as well, because there is quite a large portion on the bottom there that is usable again. So I'm going to take a quick snap for you to show you just how good this looks. And I'll put it in the just in the video off to the side. So I'm just gonna, so I've loaded the fine point blade, and then it says press the go button to resume. So now it's going to cut my tags. So here's hoping that it goes to plan. And I can report, if you're careful enough, you can peel this tape from the foil. And then stick it, make sure you stick it back on the adhesive strip so that it's not going to get like icky stuff on it, like, you know, fluff and stuff. What you might want to do is write on it with maybe a ballpoint pen used, so you know that maybe if this doesn't stick as well, that would be why. So I'm just going to lift the edge of the mat just to make sure that that's cut all the way through. It has. So here is the finished thing. Now I'm just gonna get the material, get the card off the mat, and then I can show you what it looks like. Right, so I've got one off. This is one of them. As you can see, it's super shiny, there isn't a single skipped bit, and it looks incredible. So I'm just going to get the other one off, and then I can show you the two of them side by side. This one is obviously slightly different. It's a different name, and I've got a bit of a nickname with this particular person because what I'm sending is some bits I've knitted, so she started calling me the yarn lady. So you've got two super sparkly magical tags. I'm so impressed with this tool. Like, I'm going to put a picture up so you can see them sparkling away, but I really love this tool. Like, I think it's so great that Cricut have done this, and I can't wait to, you know, play with it more. And the cool thing is that you can even do print and cut. So I hope you've liked my video about the Cricut Foil Transfer Tool. Let me know if you have any questions, tag me in your projects. If you can't find it in stock, you might have to be a little bit patient because I know quite a few sellers, retailers sold out. But they will come back and you will be able to get your hands on one eventually. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Let me know what kind of future videos you'd like to see. Yeah, I hope you like this video.